So my name is Joe Jorgensen, and I am a paramedic with Hutchinson. I also am a field training officer and a clinical coordinator. So interestingly, I was never really attracted to this job until I had a son who was 4 months old that got injured. And when the paramedics came and took care of him, I was so impressed with how they did that. I thought that I would want to do that for other people, and really that's what got me into the programs. Again, if you want to be an EMT, it's about 120 hours of training. Paramedics, they go through about 2 years of schooling, which will result in an associate's degree these days. After you get in the position, there's continuing education all the time. You can count on having to have, for me as a paramedic, I believe it amounts to 72 hours in a 2-year period that you have to have before you can recertify, which is a requirement by the state and national level. So you have to recertify every 2 years. In this job, there is not, unless you're looking at my office side, there may be typical days where I do, clinical coordinating, teaching and stuff like that. But when I'm working in the truck, there is not a typical day. We can have some days where we never get in the ambulance, and then other days where we never see the base. We're that busy. We come in the morning, we do truck checks, do whatever tasks we have for the day. Once we're done with those things, we are essentially waiting for calls. Once we get a page, we hop in the truck and go. There is skill sets you have to have. You have to actually go through the training to become an EMT, paramedic, whatever it is you might want to be on a truck. I believe that if you want to be in this field, I tell people that a caring person needs to be in this job. You really need to care for people. When you're talking about caring for children, there's challenges involved, of course, depending upon what age they are, whether or not they can communicate with you or not. If you're talking about an infant, they cry to let you know that things are wrong, whereas older children can talk to you, but then they have that awareness of being scared, what's going on, and then you get a stranger coming into the house who approaches you, who is there to help you, but they don't realize that. And then it's just a heightened adrenaline level of everybody, including parents wanting you to do something now, that kind of thing. So it really gets to be, in my mind, the biggest challenge when it comes to this job. But other than that, the rewarding parts of it are being able to care for these people and make sure that you get them the proper care they need, and then bring them to where they can get even more care, like a hospital or whatever it might be. And then, months down the road, you might see that person, which happens a lot, and they come up and give you a big thank you, which is awesome. So I think I wish I would have known earlier in my life that it was as rewarding as it is. Honestly, I will do this until I retire. Again, 23 years of doing it, and I don't see myself stopping doing this job until I retire. So just to know, because again, in my earlier life, I wanted to be a DNR person. That was my initial goal. But when this all happened with my son, that changed my mind, and I really found out that this is what I want to do. So.